Welcome to the global mosaic. The sea. A place where millions of people come each year to relax, unwind, to listen to the waves crashing and watch the sunset melt over the vast water. The sea, with its golden sunshine, white sand, and clear blue water, has been called paradise on earth. But have you ever wondered, what is lurking beneath that calm surface? While some people happily swim, dive, and enjoy the endless beauty of the ocean, there are places in the world where the sea becomes a place where nature is brutal, mysterious, and unforgiving. These are the seas known as death zones, places where people can disappear in just seconds, where strange creatures lurk in the dark depths, where unseen currents can pull you away forever. There are beaches where even stepping just a few meters into the water means risking your life. Today, we will journey together through 10 seas and beaches that terrify the world, not only because of their strange beauty, but because of the hidden dangers behind every wave. This is not a travel video. This is a warning from the ocean. Welcome to Top 10 Deadly Beaches and Seas That Terrify the World. And remember, when you look at the ocean, never forget, the scariest things always come from where you cannot see. 1. Gansbaai, the giant great white shark capital. About a 2-hour drive from Cape Town, South Africa, Gansbaai initially looks like a peaceful coastal fishing village. No hustle, no noise, just the sea waves, small boats, and the salty scent in the wind. But just dive a few meters below the water here, and you will enter the kingdom of one of the most fearsome predators on the planet, the giant great white shark. Gansbaai is known as the great white shark capital of the world, and it's no coincidence that this title is given to this sea area. Every year, hundreds of great white sharks pass through or live here. These sharks can be up to 6 meters long, way over a ton, with jaws capable of crushing a whole sea lion. In Gansbaai, cage diving tours are organized. You are lowered into the sea inside a metal cage and wait for the great white sharks to swim up. The sight of a giant shark rushing, hitting the cage hard trying to reach its prey, is the moment that makes visitors scream in both fear and excitement. But that's when you're inside the cage. What if you swim freely? You will never win in a game with sharks. In fact, although the number of shark attacks on humans in Gansbaai is not high compared to other places, the aggressive nature and size of the sharks here make any encounter terrifying. There have been attacks where victims lost so much blood within seconds that they could not be saved. Marine biologists once placed GoPro cameras at depths of several dozen meters. 2. Fraser Island, Australia. Death's disguised paradise. Fraser Island, a name that sounds truly poetic. An island off the coast of Queensland, Australia, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site for its unique ecosystem. It is the largest sand island in the world, with endless long beaches, crystal clear turquoise waters, freshwater lakes nestled within forests, and sand dunes stretching like a desert. But behind that captivating beauty, Fraser Island is a place where death lurks in every corner. This place is a paradise, but a paradise for dangerous creatures. How many deadly things do you think a beach can have? 2? 3? Fraser Island can kill you with more than 5 different threats, all coexisting on one stunning strip of sand. First, the great white sharks. Like Gansbaai in South Africa, the waters around Fraser are the hunting grounds of large sharks. The number of great white sharks here is so high that locals often spot them close to shore, just a few meters from where you swim. Then there are box jellyfish, creatures that seem fragile, but each tentacle can contain millions of venom cells. Contact with a box jellyfish is not just painful, it's a real nightmare. Dozens of deaths have occurred, even though victims were only in contact for a few seconds. If you think, no problem, I'll just walk on the island, then wait. Fraser is home to dingoes, native wild dogs. At first glance, they look like domestic dogs, but dingoes are wild predators, extremely intelligent, and sometimes shockingly aggressive. In recent years, there have been many dingo attacks on tourists, even dragging children away while adults helplessly watch. Not to mention the taipan snakes, among the most venomous snakes on the planet, also present here. They can bite an adult and cause death within 30 minutes if not treated promptly. And finally, the least expected threat: extremely strong rip currents, invisible to the naked eye. They can pull swimmers hundreds of meters offshore within minutes. There have been numerous drownings, not because of sharks or jellyfish, but simply because people were swept away by the currents and never returned. Local authorities have posted warning signs everywhere. Some even read, "Danger, swimming can be fatal, do not enter water." But every year people still come and people still die. Because Fraser Island is too beautiful, and that beauty is like a deadly invitation. Those who have survived the trip all agree. Fraser is a place both eerily beautiful and hauntingly dangerous. You can come to watch the stunning sunset on a quiet beach, but you might never leave. In nature's eyes, humans are just small guests, sometimes too naive in the face of the brutality hidden beneath the beauty. Fraser Island is a reminder that not everything beautiful is safe. And in some places, beauty is the perfect mask for death. 3. Hanakapi'i, a hidden paradise in the whisper of the ocean. When you see Hanakapi'i, a hidden beach on the north shore of Kauai Island, Hawaii, you might think this is where angels can land to rest. No hotels, no shops, no vehicles. Only breathtaking, pristine nature. Towering cliffs covered in green moss, golden sand as smooth as velvet, crystal clear water sparkling under the tropical sun. Hanakapi'i is a destination for explorers, those willing to hike nearly 3 kilometers through the forest and climb mountains along the Kalalau Trail to reach this place. But for those who have heard about the dark side of Hanakapi'i, they will tell you one thing: don't be fooled by its beauty. This is where the ocean whispers, then swallows you whole. Yes, Hanakapi'i Beach is one of the most dangerous beaches in Hawaii, even in the world, because of an almost invisible factor: rip currents. A rip current is a phenomenon where water flows back from the shore out to sea at speeds up to 2.5 meters per second. Sounds not very fast? But when you are swimming, your body is pulled away from the shore, not sideways but straight out to sea. You will soon realize you are panicking, gasping for air, and exhausted. The problem is at Hanakapi'i, there are no coral barriers, no harbors, no rescue boats, no lifeguard warnings. When the current appears, you have nowhere to escape. And that is why Hanakapi'i has claimed the lives of more than 80 people since 1970. According to unofficial statistics from forest rangers and local residents, some were pulled away right before their friends' eyes. Some went swimming on a beautiful sunny day with no clouds, no wind, and disappeared within minutes. There used to be a famous wooden carved sign here with the words, "Do not go near the water." Many have drowned here, even strong swimmers. If in doubt, stay out. Below it were long rows of hand-carved marks, each mark representing a lost life. No names, no photos, just tally marks, like the ocean silently marking its trophies. But what is special about Hanakapi'i is not its ferocity, but its excessive quietness. Those who have been here say, the ocean at Hanakapi'i does not roar like elsewhere. It whispers. The waves come gently. The water does not initially rush violently. But then, when you are far enough from shore to realize you can no longer touch the bottom, it's too late. That very gentleness is the trap. And that is why this place is even more dangerous. Because people tend to believe Foki, 4, New Smyrna Beach, the shark attack capital of the world. Do you know which place in the world records the highest number of shark attacks on humans? It's not Australia, not South Africa, but New Smyrna Beach, Florida, USA. New Smyrna Beach. Sounds like a popular resort paradise with fine white sand, warm seawater, and clear blue skies. But behind that beauty lies a terrifying truth. This is the shark attack capital of the world. According to statistics from the shark conservation organization International Shark Attack File, New Smyrna Beach records an average of more than 15 shark attacks on humans each year. most of which are non-fatal attacks, but still very dangerous and cause serious injuries. The reason? Partly due to the ideal environment for sharks. Shallow waters, abundant prey fish, and complex ocean currents that attract many shark species, such as hammerhead sharks, blacktip sharks, and bull sharks. Notably, attacks at New Smyrna often occur when locals or tourists are surfing, diving, or even just standing in shallow water. Many experts believe that sharks here often mistake humans for their traditional prey, especially hammerhead sharks, which have keen vision and sensitive electroreceptors. Although these attacks are very tragic, it is also thanks to the presence of sharks that the marine ecosystem here remains balanced. Many scientists call for no hunting or killing of sharks, but instead raising awareness and caution among locals and tourists. The Florida state government has implemented many warning measures and safety guidelines, but the number of attacks has not significantly decreased. New Smyrna Beach is proof of a harsh reality. The ocean is not always friendly. And this place, a beach with gentle, warm beauty, is where life and death can be separated by just a moment, within the bite of a deep-sea predator. At New Smyrna, you can enjoy golden sunshine, ocean waves, and lively water activities. But never forget, beneath that water, sharp jaws are watching your every move. You are a guest in a wild world, where the rules are not written by humans. 5. Skeleton Coast, Namibia. The deadly coast of shipwrecks and bone-chilling winds. Skeleton Coast. Just the name alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. This is a nearly 500 km long stretch of coastline located in northern Namibia, where the Namib Desert meets the Atlantic Ocean. The name Skeleton Coast is not given lightly. On this land, hundreds of shipwrecks lie scattered across the sands, like lonely skeletons telling stories of the sea's cruelty. This is one of the harshest and most dangerous coastlines in the world, famous for its bone-chilling cold winds, dense fog, and cold, powerful ocean currents that can easily be deadly. The sea at Skeleton Coast is always rough, especially with sudden large waves crashing ashore, making travel extremely hazardous. Hundreds of ships have been sunk or stranded here by waves and whirlpools over the centuries. There are even stories of sailors trapped in the vast desert just inland from the coast, facing freezing cold and deadly scarcity of water. Not only is nature a danger here, but Skeleton Coast is also known for its strong winds that can blow people away, with swirling sand that blinds and numbs all senses. Part of the coast is protected within Skeleton Coast National Park, home to many wildlife species, from desert lions to desert elephants. But don't let this life make you forget the brutality of this land. Temperatures can drop below 5 degrees Celsius at night, causing those unprepared to die from hypothermia. Skeleton Coast is also famous for thrilling stories of shipwreck survivors stranded in the desert with no escape, facing slow and lonely death. In the early 20th century, Skeleton Coast was a haunt for pirates and illegal hunters, adding to the eerie reputation of this land. With its pristine beauty and the cruelty of nature, Skeleton Coast is a testament to the terrifying power of the ocean and desert combined. This is one of the deadly beaches you would never want to set foot on, unless you are brave enough or fearless. 6. Playa Zipolite, Mexico. The deadly beach with strong currents and sudden death. Playa Zipolite, located on Mexico's Pacific coast, is known as one of the most beautiful beaches in the country, featuring smooth golden sand, crystal clear blue water, and a tropical, sunny, and windy atmosphere. But behind this beauty lies a terrifying truth that has earned this place the nickname, the Deadly Beach. Playa Zipolite is famous for its strong currents called rip currents, underwater whirlpools that pull strongly from the shore out to the deep sea. These currents can suddenly catch unsuspecting swimmers, dragging them far from the shore within minutes. Unlike many other beaches, Playa Zipolite does not have professional lifeguards or a clear warning system. This has led to a high number of drowning incidents, especially during the peak tourist season. Accidents often happen to tourists unfamiliar with the ocean's dangers who get pulled away by the currents after swimming only a short distance. Many drownings occur so quickly that no one can intervene in time. This place has recorded many deaths, and the name Deadly Beach is not an exaggeration. In addition to the dangerous currents, Playa Zipolite is also home to venomous marine creatures, such as box jellyfish and sea bugs, making swimming even more hazardous. However, despite these dangers, Playa Zipolite still attracts many tourists due to its free-spirited atmosphere, bohemian lifestyle, and lively beach festivals. But if you plan to swim or play in the waves here, be very cautious. The ocean at Playa Zipolite is not your friend and can become a sudden enemy the moment you let your guard down. For this reason, many locals always advise, Zipolite Beach does not allow carelessness or negligence. Playa Zipolite is a clear reminder that beauty does not always come with safety, and the ocean can be very harsh even in places that seem the most peaceful. 7. Gansbaai, South Africa, the capital of the ferocious great white shark. Gansbaai, a small coastal town in South Africa, is world famous as the capital of the great white shark, a shark species considered the apex predator of the ocean food chain and the inspiration for classic films like Jaws. But behind this allure lies a very real danger. Gansbaai is a place where great white sharks frequently appear close to shore, attracting thousands of tourists who come to experience cage diving, diving inside a metal cage in waters inhabited by these predatory sharks. The great white sharks here can grow over 6 meters long, with sharp teeth and exceptional strength. There have been numerous shark attacks, most involving people who did not follow safety rules or tried to provoke these predators. Gansbaai is also the site of shark attacks with a relatively high fatality rate, making it one of the most feared beaches for swimmers and divers. However, great white sharks also play an important role in the marine ecosystem, helping maintain biological balance and removing weak or sick individuals. Stories about sharks in Gansbaai are not only about danger, but also about the harmony between humans and wild nature. Scientists and environmental conservationists have developed many educational programs to raise awareness about sharks and reduce attacks by promoting respect for their habitat. When you visit Gansbaai, you will witness the magnificent beauty of the South African Ocean, but you must also be cautious and respect the power of this top predator. If you are an adventure lover, this is a destination you cannot miss. But remember, sharks are not monsters of legend. They are wild creatures that deserve respect, not conquest. 8. The Devil's Pool, the Devil's Swimming Pool. On Victoria Falls Cliff. At the top of one of the most magnificent waterfalls on the planet, Victoria Falls, there exists a strange and paradoxical place, both breathtakingly beautiful and terrifyingly dangerous. That place is the Devil's Pool, also known as the Devil's Swimming Pool. Located on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, the Devil's Pool is a natural pool formed right at the edge of Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. During the dry season, from around August to December, the water level of the Zambezi River drops enough to reveal a small rock ledge, where the water forms a relatively calm basin, like a mini swimming pool right on top of a waterfall over 100 meters high. People can swim right up to the edge of the falls, looking down into the deep abyss where millions of liters of water thunderously plunge every second. That feeling, according to those who have experienced it, is a moment facing death but feeling more alive than ever. However, behind that thrill lies an extremely high risk. Just one misstep, a slight slip, or a sudden change in water level, and you could be swept off the rock edge, falling down the abyss with a force equivalent to a 30-story building. Even with local guides assisting and safety ropes on some adventure tours, there have been tragic deaths here, usually when visitors try to exceed safety limits or slip on slippery rocks. Many call this place the most dangerous swimming pool in the world. The truth is, if nature shifts even slightly, a sudden rainstorm raising the water flow or a rock breaking, no rope can save you. So why do thousands of people each year risk their lives to visit the Devil's Pool? Perhaps because humans are always fascinated by the boundary between life and death. Like moths drawn to light, we want to feel immortality by touching death. And Devil's Pool, beautiful, spectacular, deadly, is a clear symbol of that. From afar, people see water flowing quietly over the rock, a clear blue sky, and some tourists laughing and chatting. But just a different camera angle reveals. Right behind them is a misty abyss, the roaring sound of nature swallowing everything. If you come here, remember, this is not a water park. This is a place where every second is a bargain between life and death. 9. Chowpatty Beach, India. The most polluted beach on the planet. When thinking of death beaches, many people imagine sharks, strong currents, or towering waterfalls. But there is a much more silent and terrifying threat: pollution. And nowhere illustrates this better than Chowpatty Beach in Mumbai, India, one of the most polluted beaches on the planet. This beach used to be a bustling gathering place for the people of Mumbai. Children playing, adults strolling, street vendors selling bhel puri, a famous snack. But over time, rapid urbanization combined with ineffective waste management has turned Chowpatty into a biological graveyard of the ocean. Plastic waste, industrial waste, untreated domestic sewage, all are dumped directly into the sea. The seawater here turns a murky brown, thick and full of the foul stench of oil, chemicals, and floating animal carcasses. Studies have found E. coli bacteria levels hundreds of times above the allowed limit. This means that just swallowing a sip of seawater here can cause severe infections, leading to diarrhea, enteritis, and even septic shock. There have been many cases of locals and tourists bathing in the sea and then being hospitalized due to skin infections, fungal infections, and chemical poisoning. And what is even more frightening is that some people still do not know the level of danger, or simply have no other choice. Major religious festivals like Ganesh Chaturthi are still held here, with thousands of people coming to immerse Ganesh statues in the sea. A sacred ritual, but one that also contributes to environmental overload. Chowpatty symbolizes the dark side of uncontrolled urban development. When the ocean, a symbol of life, becomes a giant waste container, and humans, the victims, are also the perpetrators. Many efforts to clean the beach have been made, and at times, the people of Mumbai have united to pick up trash and clean the sand. But pollution is not just a story of waking up early one morning with a trash bag. It is a systemic issue, requiring changes in policy, wastewater treatment technology, and the mindset of millions of people. Therefore, Chowpatty Beach is not only a death beach because of pollution, it is also a warning. If humans do not change, there will be no need for sharks, whirlpools, or lightning. We will poison the ocean ourselves and bury ourselves within it. 10. The Bermuda Triangle. The unsolved mystery. In the heart of the Atlantic Ocean, between 3 points connecting Florida, USA, Bermuda, Puerto Rico, there is a sea area known as the Bermuda Triangle, a place where hundreds of ships, planes, and lives have vanished without a trace. No shipwrecks, no distress signals, no evidence of crashes, only absolute silence. A disappearance that leaves both science and spirituality hesitant. This sea area spans over 500,000 square miles, well known to international maritime and air routes. But here, mysterious phenomena repeatedly occur, creating one of the greatest mysteries of the 20th century. Flight 19 disappeared without a trace. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers called Flight 19 took off from Florida for a routine training mission. Everything was normal, until the lead pilot radioed back with a fragmented message. Everything is strange. We can't determine our direction. The sea looks unusual. Then total disappearance. A search team was sent out, and then a rescue plane also vanished, taking 13 more people with it. In total, 6 planes and 27 lives, none returned. No debris, no oil slicks. Just nothingness. Ghost ships and the silent skies. Not only planes. Dozens of ships, from warships to cargo vessels, have also been reported missing in this area. Some ships were found unmanned, with no signs of struggle, belongings intact, as if the crew had vanished from the deck. Radars stopped working, compasses spun aimlessly, radio signals were disrupted. Everything seemed strangled by an invisible force. Some pilots and captains lucky enough to escape the area described a chilling feeling of the sky disappearing or passing through a curtain into another dimension. Scientific explanations, or just excuses. Scientists have proposed many hypotheses. Methane hydrate gas bubbles from the seabed could cause ships to sink. Natural magnetic interference disrupts navigation equipment. Extreme weather and strong ocean currents. And simply, human error. But many cases remain unexplained. There are disappearances that happened in perfect weather conditions, with experienced crews and modern equipment. The silence and the terrifying repetition of incidents make the Bermuda Triangle not just a sea area, but a crack in humanity's belief in controlling nature. Conspiracy, UFOs, or a gateway to another dimension. With mysteries beyond scientific understanding, a series of more unrealistic theories began to emerge. Aliens abducting planes and ships? An underwater secret base? A space-time portal where humans slip out of reality? Books, movies, and documentaries explore the Bermuda Triangle as a symbol of an unnamed fear. No concrete evidence, but no absolute denial either. And that creates the deadly allure of this region. The Bermuda Triangle, the ultimate symbol of the deadly sea. While other beaches on this list represent tangible death, rough waves, sharks, toxins, pollution, the Bermuda Triangle represents the death without explanation, the death of reason, the death of control. It is a question no one can answer, and perhaps should not be answered. Because whenever we try to understand it all, nature reminds us there are seas and truths born to remain mysteries forever. The ocean, like the universe, beautiful, mysterious, but not for the arrogant. In every wave, every whirlpool, every reflected ray of light, there is life, death, and things humans have never been able to understand. Love the ocean, respect it, and always remember, there are places, no matter how beautiful, that are gateways to the invisible.